If you love scary stories, you're in the right place. In August 2014, a group of vacationers arrived at a lakeside resort in northern Montana. The resort was small, just a row of wooden cabins along the shore, surrounded by pine forests. Among them was Cabin 28, occupied by the Harper family, Mark, Lisa, and their 9-year-old son, Ben. According to resort records, they checked in on Friday afternoon. Several guests spoke with them. Photos from other families showed them grilling outside their cabin, fishing on the lake, and walking along the shoreline. Everything appeared normal. On Saturday night, a storm moved through the area. Heavy rain, strong winds, nothing unusual for that time of year. The next morning, one of the neighboring families stepped outside and immediately noticed something strange. Cabin 28 was gone. The building itself had vanished. In its place was an open patch of muddy ground. At first, everyone assumed they had somehow mistaken the cabin number, but resort staff quickly realized something was terribly wrong. The resort map still showed Cabin 28. Reservation records still listed Cabin 28. Yet physically, there was no cabin. Never had been, according to some employees. Police were called. Investigators examined the site. The muddy patch showed no evidence that a building had recently stood there. No foundation, no utility lines, no construction remnants. It looked like untouched ground. The Harper family was missing as well. Then the inconsistencies began. When detectives interviewed guests, everyone remembered meeting the Harpers. Several people had photographs of them. Others recalled conversations. One child even remembered playing cards with Ben. But when investigators collected the photographs, they found something impossible. In every image, the location where Cabin 28 should have been was empty. The Harper family appeared in the photos. The cabin did not. Authorities searched state databases. They discovered driver's license records for Mark and Lisa Harper, tax records, school records for Ben. Everything looked legitimate until 48 hours later. The records began disappearing. By the end of the week, investigators could find no official evidence the Harper family had ever existed. Only witness statements remained. The FBI became involved due to the bizarre circumstances. Their investigation lasted nearly 2 years. No conclusion was ever reached. The case file remains classified. What keeps the mystery alive is a piece of security footage recovered from the resort's entrance camera. The video shows the Harper family's SUV arriving on Friday afternoon. The vehicle enters through the gate, but it never leaves. Investigators reviewed every second of footage. The SUV is never seen exiting, yet it is also never seen anywhere else on the property afterward. The final frame of the recording contains one detail that continues to trouble those who worked the case. At 3:17 a.m. during the storm, the camera briefly captures a flash of lightning over the lake. For less than a second, something appears where Cabin 28 supposedly stood. A cabin, lights on inside, a figure standing at the front window, looking directly toward the camera. Then darkness returns, and when the next frame appears, the cabin is gone. So are the people inside. More than a decade later, no trace of the Harper family has ever been found. To this day, former resort guests still insist Cabin 28 existed. They remember eating with the family, talking to them. But when investigators ask for proof, all they can provide are memories. If you like the story, follow Fear Files for more horror stories.